Distraction is the enemy of productivity. With an endless stream of notifications, scrolling Facebook Reels, TikTok, and other triggers vying for our attention at all times, it can feel nearly impossible to stay focused on important tasks. No matter how hard one tries, all of these distractions, such as mindlessly scrolling social media feeds, can put the mind into a state of cheap dopamine fixes. You pull out your mobile, intending to quickly check WhatsApp or glance at the time. However, the issue is, before you know it, you lose track of the present moment. Large chunks of time slip away as you chase the next quick hit of a new reel, leaving you feeling disconnected from the present. Listen, we all want to be more focused and productive with our work. Though, keeping focused on one task for an extended period has become a near impossible feat. So in this video, I will reveal 5 strategies you can implement today to enter a highly focused state and maximize your output. With just a few simple changes to your mindset and routine, you can increase your focus level dramatically. Before we get into the strategies, let's first understand the nature of distractions in short. Remember, distractions are subjective. What is distracting to one person may not be to another, depending on individual preferences and the nature of the work. Distractions can be external, such as noise or interruptions, or internal, such as wandering thoughts and lack of motivation. Identifying these distractions is the first step towards building a focused mindset. Start by setting up a dedicated workspace that minimizes external interruptions. A quiet and organized environment can significantly enhance your ability to concentrate. The first mind hack is what I call the pause zone. We've all experienced it. You sit down to work, but instead of focusing, all sorts of random thoughts come flooding in. Anything from worrying about upcoming exam to thoughts about your personal life come rushing in and take you away from the task at hand. The problem is, if you try to ignore these thoughts, they continue nagging at you and interrupting your focus. So what do? This is where the pause zone comes in. For this, you need a separate notebook or document on your computer, or perhaps a mobile app like Color Note that you label the pause zone. Whenever a destructive thought or distraction comes to mind, instead of trying to fight it or start thinking about it, you simply write it down in the pause zone. This allows you to offload it from your brain so it's no longer nagging for attention. You can then get back to your work knowing you have a place to later address anything in the pause zone if needed. What it does is simply give your mind permission to let thoughts go so you can refocus on the task at hand. I found this extremely helpful to park distractions and get my focus back. Number 2, relying on discipline over motivation. For most of us, motivation is often fleeting. Some days it's easier to feel driven and energized, while other days just staying on task can feel like a struggle. In fact, many people rely solely on motivation to drive them forward and accomplish their goals. But the problem is, motivation alone is not enough to achieve long-term success. No matter how motivated you feel one day, that motivational high will not last forever. But what if we turn this motivation into a habit? Because we all know habits do not require any motivation. Successful people understand the power of ingraining goals into habitual routines through self-discipline. This enduring inner discipline is what allows consistent progress toward any objective, regardless of how you feel on a particular day. Listen, good habits allows you to achieve your goals even on days when motivation is lacking. A great example of a daily habit most of us have is making our bed. We no longer need to think about or motivate ourselves to do it every morning. It has become an automatic routine through years of disciplined repetitions. In the same way, other beneficial habits can be formed, such as daily meditation, journaling, practicing gratitude, or any other goal-oriented activity. Create fake deadlines. According to time management experts, creating fake deadlines is a simple mind hack that utilizes our natural reaction to impending due dates. Just think about it in real life. We've all experienced a surge of motivation and focus when facing an important deadline at work or school. The looming bill due date or project submission forces us to prioritize the task over any potential distractions. However, many personal goals and daily tasks don't naturally come with firm deadlines attached. Without that external pressure, it can be easy to let less urgent stuff slip down the to-do list day after day. That's where fake deadlines come in. Let me break it down for you. Let's suppose if we set target completion times for tasks even when a deadline is not truly required, we can trick our brain into entering urgency mode. Having that looming deadline activates the same focus and productivity hormones in the brain. It helps override distractions and competing priorities to laser focus on the delegated task. The idea is to decide on a specific date and time by which a task needs to wrap up. For example, committing to completing a chapter of a book by Friday evening. Treat your self-imposed deadline with the same level of importance as real external due dates.
Number 4.
Task breakdown. The next point is staring at a massive to-do list or long-term project and feeling completely overwhelmed by the scale of the work. It's no wonder procrastination often sets in when tasks feel insurmountable. The good news is, it doesn't have to be that way. One of the most effective strategies for staying on top of your workload is to break larger tasks into smaller, more manageable segments. This allows you to psychologically reframing big projects as a series of mini goals instead of one huge obstacle. Why does this work? Our brains are wired to seek progress and accomplishment. When tasks are broken into stages, each with their own deadline, it triggers the reward system in your brain each time you complete a segment. This frequent reward-seeking behavior keeps you motivated to plow through the entire project. Pomodoro Technique. Francesco Cirillo in the late 1980s found that he was easily distracted when trying to focus on tasks that required mental endurance. One day he decided to start timing his work intervals to be more productive. He grabbed his wife's tomato-shaped kitchen timer and set it for 25 minutes, reasoning this was long enough to dive deep, but short enough to maintain concentration. This simple timing method seemed very promising. Through trial and error over many months, he landed on the formula that worked best for him. Here are the basic steps of the Pomodoro Technique. 1. Select a task to be accomplished and set the Pomodoro timer, traditionally 25 minutes. Many productivity apps and timers feature a Pomodoro option to help you stay on track. 2. Work diligently on the selected task until the timer goes off. Avoid distractions as much as possible during this interval. 3. Take a short break, typically 5 minutes, when the timer ends to prevent burnout and allow your brain to rest briefly before starting the next interval. It's recommended to get up and move around during break times. 4. Every 4 Pomodoros, take a longer break of around 15 to 30 minutes. During longer breaks, you may choose to stand up, get a snack or drink, or do some light exercise and breathing exercises. 5. Record how many Pomodoros you completed for each task to track your productivity over time. Try implementing the Pomodoro Technique for 2 weeks and see the impact it has on your workflow and stress levels. I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.